Hello everyone and welcome back, I'm the R6 Lore Guy, and we have the comic book already for Year 9 Season 3, Operation Twin Shells. Now this takes place immediately after the cinematic where Skopos and Dokkaebi extract the information from the Keres Legion hideout in Greece. If you've not seen it, you can check out my video on that, I've already covered it. So let's take a look at this comic book, and I just want to quickly say, if you haven't already, hit that sub button. We're trying to hit 200,000 subscribers, and drop a like on this video if you're going to enjoy it. So this comic book starts off outside the Athens urban arena with Skopos and Dokkaebi making their getaway from the safe house. Dokkaebi is driving while Skopos is in the back looking at Dokkaebi's tablet with the hacked intel. We can see a few things on her tablet, such as an American embassy in Poland, it looks like, something of Detroit, Hereford base, somewhere in Tokyo, recruit training facilities, and something called Prototype Falcon. Tell me we didn't hack into that safe house for nothing, asks Skopos. There's a ton of data, replies Dokkaebi. Schematics, travel logs, HVTs, properly analyzing it would take months. Finding the Keres Legion's next target depends on us. This is your specialty, Dokkaebi. And their conversation gets cut off from gunshots from vehicles behind them. Hostiles on R6, I have to clock in, says Skopos. Give me the tablet, I can run a scan, says Dokkaebi. I used this code when I hacked into Rainbow. Recognizes irregular patterns to make sense of privileged information. And for those of you who don't know, Dokkaebi actually hacked her way onto the list into the recruitment of Rainbow. Since the force she was a part of had a leader who heavily disliked Dokkaebi, she knew she would never be put in for recommendation, and although Harry knew that Dokkaebi hacked her way into Rainbow, he saw that as a good thing and saw the potential in her, and she is about to use that same exploit. We can see Skopos in the back activating her control panel, which is used with a controller, and Dokkaebi is starting to use her tablet. Skopos asks Dokkaebi what it really means to use this code, and Dokkaebi replies by saying, some information isn't ciphered, just left out. These vehicles continue chasing them, with Skopos using Talos and Colossus to fight back, and Dokkaebi continues talking, compare enough of it, and what's missing becomes obvious. Amidst the gunfight, she finally gets it to work. There, it's working, she says. However, we can see that Skopos' shells are taking some hits, and one of them is seemingly taken out. But so will one of the enemy's vehicles from a grenade which Kure threw. Malakia, says Skopos, which I believe is a Greek swear word. And she says this as she almost falls out the back of the van, holding onto the roof with a pistol in hand. Well, she shouts to Dokkaebi. The target is encrypted, she replies. But the date, 2 days from now, that's when the Keres Legion will strike. Kure continues to hold off these Keres soldiers, eliminating the rest of their vehicles, allowing them to make their getaway. We can use this, says Kure. How? We still don't know the target, replies Dokkaebi. There's a way we can narrow down the search, replies Kure. Gerald Morris. We then cut to 10 hours later at Hereford base in England, where it is of course raining, and Dokkaebi and Kure make their way off the plane. Do you need backup? You were quite quiet on the plane. No, you get to debrief. I've put this off for too long. Kure makes her way to the gates of Hereford base, where we can see Blackbeard, who is currently monitoring Gerald, Deimos, who is in handcuffs. Morris, says Kure. That's my cue, Jensen, Deimos says to Blackbeard. Don't get smart. You run, someone will pop out of the shadows to make sure you regret it, replies Blackbeard. He's all yours, Skopos. Mira asked me to return this last TARS anyway. Which is his rifle shield, implying the changes coming to Blackbeard in Season 4, where it seems like his rifle shield will no longer be present. Kure and Gerald look at each other without saying anything. As I live and breathe, Kure Galanos, good of you to make time for me. I hope you're enjoying the fresh air, she replies. You might not get a lot of it after today. I've been compliant so far, haven't I? He replies. Cut the bullshit, Morris. You set us up. Sorry, they don't keep me informed. How did Rainbow fail today? You knew your information would lead Rainbow to Greece. To your list of targets. Tell me, which one's next? Why would I do that? He replies. You've been stalling, giving us what you could afford to lose. This is your last chance to cooperate. Or what? No more quid pro quo. You rot in a hole and lose any chance of cutting a deal with the Global Security Alliance Council. The list, is that the only thing you found? Says Gerald. We also found a date. Tomorrow, replies Kure, and I'm betting you know what the target will be. And who got you that intel? That girl from the Korean Special Forces? Dokkaebi? I'll have to keep my eye on that one. Rainbow's out of time. Why'd you have to come back, Kure? Because of you, she replies. I'm going to fix this. For Bogart's family, for yours. They mourned you, Malika. And for the Gerald I believed in. because you'll never be half the man he was. You're going to lose, Deimos. We'll find out tomorrow, won't we? Says Deimos. And the comic book ends with Kure talking to Dokkaebi saying, take him away, Nam. And with that, that is the comic book for Operation Twin Shells, which was a very good comic in my opinion and gave us a lot of information. To begin with, Deimos is very clearly still not on the field with Rainbow. He is in handcuffs, they are heavily monitoring him, and they are only using him when they need information from him. We of course also get to see Blackbeard in this comic book, who is saying he is taking his last rifle shield to Mira, which does mean with the Blackbeard rework coming in season 4, there will not be any form of rifle shield now confirmed from this comic book. I'll make a full video about this, talking about everything, talking about the Blackbeard rework outside of the lore. But yeah, it seems like there is going to be absolutely no rifle shield related to his new gadget. Of course, we also got mention of when Dokkaebi hacked into Rainbow, so it's quite cool to see that popping up again. We have the Global Security Alliance Council playing a massive part here. Of course, if you've not seen my Battle Pass lore video, Mozzie's just been sent to Greenland to protect one of the security members. Aurelia's name made an appearance in the lore as well in the bio for Kure, so seemingly she is part of the Security Council as well. We know Imaru and Ayana are in Peru protecting one of the Security Council members, so we can assume that there are Rainbow Ops all over the world now being assigned to protecting some. And I think one of the things I like most from this comic book is that Deimos is still bad. They don't seem to be going down the route of trying to make him a good guy. He's still bad. Kure was right. He was only giving up information he could afford to lose. He didn't care if they found those people at Chalet. He didn't care if they found this list. He did seem to be impressed that Dokkaebi managed to crack it. But like he's been saying for so many years, Rainbow is already dead. He's already put everything in place by it. It doesn't matter that he's captured. He won years ago. And now with this intel and threat, which is imminent, just a day away, they don't know where it's even going to hit. In the previous attacks before they captured Deimos, they knew that he was going to attack the tower, although they were a bit late. They knew that he was going to go after Emerald Plains. But this time, they know nothing. They only know that it's going to be a day away. So you have this imminent threat a day away, you have the seemingly main perpetrator of this threat in your custody, yet with them seemingly having the biggest upper hand they've had in this entire dilemma with Deimos, with them having him in this custody, they are now at their biggest threat with him. And honestly, it seems like they're just going to have to wait and see how it goes. Now, this is pure speculation here, but Ubisoft are in a great position right now to kill an operator. We have one present in this story right now, Blackbeard, who we know is going to get a rework in season 4. They have been setting up this rework not only with the battle pass in Operation Deadly Omen, where he said that Mira is requesting his rifle shields to come to the lab, and we also get in this comic book where he is taking his last one to her, and of course that is the final season of Year 9. And a lot of us are expecting him to get a new gadget, and we'll see how that goes in the lore. We'll probably see more of that in the lore next season, and that's most likely what is going to happen. But what if they're setting us up for something else? What if they're showing us that, yeah, Blackbeard's going to get a new gadget, but maybe he won't get to use that gadget? Or better yet, what if this gadget for Blackbeard, this new one, might be what Rainbow need to stop this oncoming threat? Now, we are going to have to wait until next season to see the next part of this, but I definitely think that whatever's coming this time, Rainbow cannot stop. Unless Solace and Dokkaebi in the lab can work together and crack this in the final 24 hours, this just might have to be one of those things where Rainbow have already lost, and we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. But yeah, it was really cool to see Deimos again in this comic book. I really like how he looks in this one. I would love an in-game skin of him looking like this. I think that'd be absolutely sick. Of course, you have Kure at Hereford, where a lot of the Battle Pass lore is set. But yeah, definitely a massive setup for Year 9 Season 4, and I also assume the Year 10 cinematic, which is the big CGI one, which they make at the beginning of the years to set up that year's lore. I know I sound like a broken record because I genuinely say this every single time there's a cinematic or comic book, but man, I would love a single player game just to delve into this lore even deeper, see these characters in more depth, introduce some new ones, and just get a lot more of this lore content, because I know if you're like me, you're absolutely loving this and want much more of it. But yeah, be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the Year 9 Season 3 comic book. Drop a like on this video if you did enjoy, subscribe if you're new. I'll catch you all later. I love you all. Stay safe. Peace.